your model. To make your model, first of all, you're going to need to use your ruler and your pencil, okay? And you can see on the paper here on my card, I've drawn a line that is about 14 centimetres long, okay? 14 centimetres long, because I want that to be about the length that I want my utensil to be. And of that 14 centimetres, I've made 8 centimetres the length of the handle, okay? So you can see on there, I've also drawn an 8 centimetre line to design where the handle is. That's going to be half of it, because I'm going to fold it in half. So I've only made that a centimetre wide, so that when I double that, it'll be 2 centimetres wide, okay? So I've drawn a square roughly where the handle part is going to be, where this bit's going to be. And then at the top, I'm thinking about what size and shape I want the utensil to be, the bit that's going to make the spoon part. Well, I'm not going to make my spoon for a 3-year-old. It's going to be a slightly older student. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the top of my spork to give me the round shape that I want for this. So you can see what I've done is I've put that on the cardboard and I've just traced around that curve to get that shape that I'm looking for. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to join those two bits together. I'll work in pen here so you can see this a little bit better, okay? So we've got the shape of the spoon at the top. I'm going to bring that in so it's got a neck. And then I'm going to bring this part out to give us the handle shape. Okay, so you can see what I've got there is I've got part of the spoon bit that makes the top bit. And remember, you've got a variety of spoons and utensils at home that you might be able to find that will give you different shapes to do that with. And then I've made sure I've brought that in to give it a neck. Now, a neck is important. The neck's this bit here. So when the child's holding it, it's not got its hand right up to the end of where the utensil is. If it did that, then this bit, your hand would be touching your mouth when you're eating and it'd get all full of food. So usually your hand is sitting further back. So we need to leave a neck part, okay? And then rather than having a square handle, I've made it ergonomic. So I've just curved it a bit so I get that sort of shape. Okay, what do we do next? Well, next what you're going to need to do is to cut that out. So I'm sure you've all got scissors at home. You can cut that out. I'm going to cut that out so it makes a slightly bigger shape, and you'll see why in a second. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out around my line that I've just drawn, like that. Okay, get rid of these bits. And then along the line that I drew originally, my first line, I'm going to fold this. Okay, try and fold it as accurately as I can down that middle line. There we go. And then what I can do is I can trace it. And this is a good way of making it symmetrical, so it's the same on both sides. Okay, so to make life easier for yourself, fold it in half and then recut it. And you can see now why I left myself a little bit of cardboard when I was cutting out to make sure the other side had space to put this bit on. Okay, so once I open this up now, I should have a double-sided utensil. Okay, so that's the shape of my spoon that I've created. There's the first one. And if I hold that in my hand, I can test that and see. Now, obviously, this is only made of cardboard. It's not made of plastic, but it still gives us a good idea of how that would work. So if that was a utensil, what would that feel like in somebody's hand? Well, when I hold it in my hand, it does feel quite bulky. And remember, my hand is a lot bigger than a child's hand. So if I'm finding it bulky, then a child certainly would. And then this spoon bit here, how would that feel to eat with? Well, it's not too bad. I know it's not curved, but how would that work for me to pick up stuff? Well, it's big enough, certainly, to get some peas on or some mashed potato on. That would work. Is it too big for my mouth? No, it probably isn't. It would fit fine. But I do think I need to change this. So what I want you to do then is I want you to repeat that process. So remember, I started off with a 14 centimetre line. So I'm going to put another 14 centimetre line on. I had an 8 centimetre handle. So I'm just going to repeat this process again. Okay, I'm going to roughly trace on what I've got already. So just lightly put on what I've got and then think about what I need to change. Well, this bit was okay. This bit's fine. I think I need to elongate that neck a little bit, bring it a bit down a bit further so it's long.